When an animal species is officially declared extinct, it is often considered to be a final conclusion. But what if these assessments were made too soon? In this video, I'll show you 6 animals that, according to official science, have disappeared. But there are signs that point to possible survival. Some sightings are recent, others are decades old. Stay until the end, because the last animal even calls the very concept of extinction into question. Number 6. The Steller's sea cow. Discovered in 1741 in the vast Bering Sea, the Steller's sea cow was a truly huge herbivorous marine mammal, growing up to an impressive 9 meters long, and was closely related to today's gentle manatees. By 1768, it was tragically considered extinct, mainly due to excessive, relentless hunting for its valuable meat and fat, but there are still some lingering doubts. In 1962, a crew of dedicated whalers reported seeing a truly large gray marine animal with a very striking dorsal line, quite similar to the detailed description of the elusive sea cow. Then, in 2014, some blurry photographs mysteriously appeared, supposedly taken near the icy waters of Greenland. Local fishermen from the Komandorski Islands regularly tell intriguing stories of similar, elusive animals that have supposedly retreated to the icy and very remote waters. The region is barely explored, is difficult to access, and is traversed by very few people. Moreover, the Steller's sea cow was an extremely calm, very slow, and incredibly shy creature, traits that could potentially favor its secret survival. Some researchers do not rule out the possibility that a small population has survived in areas that have barely been scientifically documented. Number 5. The Quagga. The quagga was a subspecies of zebra with a striking appearance. In the front, it had stripes like a zebra. In the back, it was brown and almost a single color. It lived in southern Africa and was exterminated in the 19th century. The last known specimen tragically died in 1883 at the Amsterdam Zoo. However, sightings continued. In the 1950s and the 1960s, farmers in the country of Namibia reported seeing zebras with a very unusual pattern, a pattern identical to that of the quagga. The animals were elusive and moved through remote regions. Genetic analyses carried out on museum specimens later confirmed that the quagga was not its own species, but a subspecies of the plains zebra. That opened the door to breeding projects. In South Africa, animals with the typical quagga pattern are currently being bred again through selective breeding. Whether wild quaggas have actually survived and continue to exist remains a profound mystery. However, the compelling reports and scientific evidence clearly show that extinction does not always have to mean a definitive and absolute end, especially not in the particular case of subspecies with a very close genetic connection to currently living animals. Number 4 on our list, the magnificent Ivory-Billed Woodpecker. The Ivory-Billed Woodpecker was one of the largest woodpecker species in North America. It was black and white with a striking crest. It lived in the swampy forests of the southeastern United States. Due to logging and hunting, it has been considered extinct since the 1940s. Despite this, there were always occasional reports, some of them quite well known. In 2004, a team of ornithologists published a video from Arkansas that supposedly shows an ivory-billed woodpecker. The footage is blurry, but many experts consider it credible. There are also regular sightings in Florida, Louisiana, and Cuba, some even documented. The IUCN classifies this species as critically endangered and indeed possibly extinct. Some researchers, however, argue that the dense and hard-to-access swamps provide ideal refuges and that the elusive woodpecker avoids human proximity. The debate is scientifically controversial, but many biologists consider it possible that a small residual population has survived, well hidden in the last fragmented remnants of the ancient American swamp forests. Number 3. The thylacine, a large carnivorous marsupial with a striped back and a stiff tail. That was the thylacine, also known as the Tasmanian tiger. It lived in Tasmania and was considered a threat to livestock, so it was systematically hunted since the 19th century. The last officially documented specimen died in 1936 at the Hobart Zoo. Despite its extinct status, there have since been repeated signs of a possible existence. Reports from hikers, motorists, and local farmers describe dog-like animals with an unusual distinctive movement pattern and a distinctive body build. In 2019, an Australian organization released a video showing an animal that closely resembles the thylacine. The dense, ancient forests and remote, untouched regions of Tasmania offer vital refuges that have barely been studied scientifically. Studies clearly show that vast, large areas of the island remain largely inaccessible. Despite the numerous trail cameras that have been installed, no definitive proof has been presented so far. But other elusive species have also remained undiscovered for decades. The Australian Environmental Authority considers survival unlikely, but does not completely rule it out. At the same time, geneticists are working on projects to revive the species. However, it is possible that the Tasmanian tiger was never actually extinct, but simply remained hidden. Number 2. The saber-toothed tiger. Saber-toothed tigers were powerful predators with distinctively elongated fangs and a remarkably robust build. Iconic species like the Smilodon lived successfully until approximately 10,000 years ago across vast regions of North and South America. They are now officially considered extinct, most probably due to significant hunting pressure and dramatic climate change. However, from Africa, especially from regions like Chad or the Central African Republic, locals report a predator called the Nandi bear. It is said to be larger than a lion and to have unusually long teeth. During expeditions in the 1930s, drawings of animals were shown to the locals. They most frequently identified the Smilodon. Of course, a direct relationship is highly unlikely, but there are also several saber-toothed tiger species documented by extensive fossils in Africa, such as the Mackay rhodus. Many of these remarkable fossils are just over 1 million years old. In remote jungle areas, small populations could have survived without being discovered. Sightings are rare but recurring. It is not clear whether it is a relic from the Ice Age or a large feline that has yet to be catalogued. The only thing certain is that the myth persists tenaciously. Number 1. Megalodon. The Megalodon was the largest predatory fish known in Earth's history, reaching up to 18 meters in length and possessing a massive jaw. Fossil findings indicate that it became extinct approximately 2.6 million years ago. However, not all scientists are entirely convinced. The coelacanth, a remarkable bony fish, was also considered extinct for many millions of years, but was discovered alive in 1938. Some do not rule out similar surprises in the case of the Megalodon. There are numerous reports of colossal black demon sharks off the coast of Mexico, truly enormous, dark-skinned sharks that relentlessly chase boats. There have also been documented records of mysterious, unexplained sonar signals emanating from the profound ocean depths, such as the incredibly vast Mariana Trench. More than 95% of the immense ocean depths still remains entirely unexplored. Although there is still no conclusive scientific evidence of a living megalodon, its possible adaptation to the great depths and the immense vastness of the oceans continues to keep speculation very much alive. The idea remains fascinating. Perhaps the greatest predator of prehistory still swims somewhere in the darkness.